Folks, we may have a new champion for the lightweight family RV. Question is, what's better about it, and can your SUV tow it? Stick around and we'll find out. So what is this newcomer, you ask? Well, this is the 2024 Wolf Den 16 EV. And of course, the question on your mind is, can your SUV tow it? Well, this one comes in right around 3,100 pounds dry with a 5,500 pound GVWR, which is pretty darn good, giving about 2,400 pounds of carrying capacity. So if you can tow right around that 5,000 mark, you should theoretically be pretty darn good. And I really like what they have done. They've taken a floor plan that is very similar, another manufacturer makes, and in my opinion, they elevated it. They did some things that just make a lot more sense, has really nice fit and finish. I'm actually really impressed by the end product here. So the overall layout, in case you haven't seen this one before, you of course have the bed right up front, dinette over on the side. Right behind that are your bunks, rear bath, and then campside kitchen. Now, the EV portion of this is essentially the fact that it's, an electric vehicle, so to speak. There isn't any propane on here. So your water heater will be electric, your heat will be electric, and that's just gonna be in the form of a fireplace here as well. So bear in mind, that will do a decent job of maybe taking a little bit of the chill off in the air, but it's not going to be rated for like late fall camping or winter camping, anything like that. You just, without the propane heat, you just don't have enough BTUs to make that happen. But for summer camping, later in the spring, early in the fall, this thing is absolutely wonderful. I also like what they have done right here with the kitchen. You get ample countertop space. Now, the kitchen sink itself is small. Yes, like normally this would be for a vanity, not for a kitchen sink. So you're not gonna be washing any dishes here per se, but that's okay. You can still make it work. And by doing that, you get so much more countertop space here. Now again, because there's no propane, you don't have a cooktop. So you're gonna have to rely on either bringing a separate propane tank for a grill or having something like an electric induction cooktop, something like that, which of course you can certainly do. Also, I love the big window, gives you great views outside. I really enjoy that here. Microwave up top, and then our fridge right down below. You have the freezer compartment. Pretty decent size fridge though, given the size of the RV here in total. I like the Contour brand as well. Pretty good brand name in the RV industry. Then if you take a look over to the side, look at what they've done with the storage, right? Because it's no mystery. Like, they got rid of the uppers. You don't have any lowers because you have a fireplace, so you just don't normally have a lot of kitchen storage. But they have supplemented that by giving you these bins, so you have easy access storage to some of the things that you need. Might not be the best for pots and pans, but for some of the other things, you can definitely make that work, especially if like you have lighter weight bowls, plates, things like that. Like if they're plastic, you can put them in there actually quite easily. Taking a step into the bathroom here, pretty good leg room, good shoulder space, plastic bowl as you would expect. Again, when we're gonna be weight conscious like we are in anything that's SUV towable, they're gonna go with plastic, but that doesn't mean you can't swap it out. Just kind of keep the weights in mind. And as I step in the shower, because that's always, a question. Again, I'm 6 foot tall. You can see I am touching the ceiling here. So, if I was showering, I'd probably duck my head down a little bit. But if you're 6 foot, I think you'll be just fine. If you're much taller than that, you might run into a little bit of uncomfortability. The bunks are great, right back here in the corner. They're simplistic, it works. You have excellent storage underneath. Again, as a 6 foot adult, weighing at about 210, I can fully stretch out right here. I have no problems. So, even if it's, not for the family, even if you're having some friends over for the weekend, something like that, fishing trip, hunting trip, maybe you're just having some friends visit or stay with you, that can definitely work for 2 adults. The storage above the dinette, just one big door. You can see that storage going all the way across there. The dinette right underneath. This does drop down into a small bed, but again, that's really only gonna work for a child. But you do get pretty good seating there, which I like, and then the window, of course, too. Then the bed itself, what they have done is they actually put like a little, well, you can't really see it. They have a stopper right here, so that way the mattress doesn't shift all over on you. They have the pillows here. I personally would probably have it here. I know some people don't like, having the pillows I don't know, like right next to the door, I guess. But for me, that way it's not going to fall off in the middle of the night. That's probably how I would have it, but to each their own. But again, we talk about storage. You can see the storage up top. Take a look at all the storage down below as well. You have super ample storage down there, which I love. Again, same thing underneath that bunk. They've really done a good job of just keeping everything nice and open. Along with that, you have a ton of lighting. It is really bright in here, even with like the windows, the shades closed. It's still quite bright. And you'll see the AC right here helping to make sure things are nice and cool. Love the fact it's a roof mount, especially at this price point. I know a lot of manufacturers went to side mount, so big props to them for that. Now again, because this one is electric only, you'll see the water heater. You don't have a button for on and off because it's not running on propane, even though it is a propane electric water heater. Again, because there's no propane, it's just going to use that electric element. Of course, water pump, all of our rest of our controls will be right here. You also see this one is thin shade ready, so if you want the shade on the door for a little bit extra privacy or just to close out the light, you can have that installed as well. All right, let's take a look at the outside of the 16 EV Wolf Den. So right up front, as I just want to kind of point out, you will see, again, there is no propane tank, right? You just have your battery up there. Manual tongue jack, but again, that's one of those things, you know, it is easy enough to replace if you do want a powered tongue jack there. Which, you know, I would like to have seen one from the manufacturer, but I understand at this price point, trying to save a buck or two. If we kind of drop down underneath, you can see that storage. Again, that is the same storage that is underneath the bed, so it's kind of the shared storage space, which I do like just because it is nice and open. You have a magnetic catch on there. And again, you know, if you want to lock it for, I guess, privacy's sake, by all means, you can definitely do that as well. It is not an enclosed underbelly. It is open under there, but again, that's kind of to be expected when you're talking about one that's not supposed to be used kind of in the colder seasons. So again, just bear that in mind. Getting into it is nice and simple. I really like the door here. So Cherokee's kind of known for this, is using like that tempered glass door. And that window we kind of saw inside, and again, you can see it right there, but when the door is shut, I mean, you can hardly see it. Maybe you'll see like a light or something in there, but I love how it just blends in seamlessly. Really cool looking door. If you can see Aaron in the reflection, yeah, say hi to Aaron. He does great work. Thanks, Aaron. Making my way back a little bit here. It does have pretty good clearance. As far if we look at the ground clearance, I'm pretty happy with where it sits, especially for how lightweight it is. Moving up a little bit, TV bracket, so you can take that same TV, drop it down out here, electrical outlet right up above, right next to that. Right up above is your power awning, as you would expect. And then, you know, again, they kind of strip the bells and whistles, so, you know, you don't necessarily have like backup camera or anything like that on here. On the other side, you will find your termination as well as your 30 amp hookup. But folks, if you're looking for something that is lightweight, that is perfect for the family, that you can tow with most SUVs, then this 2024 Wolf Den 16 EV might be exactly what you're looking for. And if you're like, Ian, I love it, but I need price and availability, have to know where to find it, no problem. Just click on the link in the description and it will take you to the one that is nearest you. As always, folks, thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and until next time, we'll see you.